Ladies and gentlemen, episode 3 of our Q&A Sundays. And we are wearing the Manchester United shirt. I am standing up today because no one else is in the house. I thought I'd just do it standing up, you know, work on the old legs. Maybe do some squats in between. No, I won't be doing that. But what a performance yesterday. I mean, it wasn't. It really was not a great performance by Manchester United. And, you know, it's typical. It was a typical game where they look so boring, lethargic, and apparently now Mourinho's coming in, Louis van Gaal's going out. The whole club at the moment is a shambles, if I'm being honest with you. I don't even think Mourinho is going to be much better. He doesn't play attractive football. I mean, you look at all the clubs he's gone to. You know, Chelsea, they look very boring as well. You know, all the young players like Rashford, are they even going to start with Mourinho as coach? We'll have to find out. I think they should have just given it to Giggsy because he knows the game inside out. He's played there. He knows the players. He knows everything about the club. Give it to Ryan Giggs. Give him a shot for a year. See what he can do. And I guarantee you, yeah, maybe he wouldn't get the players because he's not known, you know, in the managerial world. But you never know. Anyway, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the Q&As. We're going to dive straight into it. It's a beautiful day outside, though, I have to say. So the first one's from Luigi Perillo. Says, which PES do you prefer? Well, I think everyone has the favourite PES of 5 and 6. I mean, they ultimately were the pinnacle of a phenomenal football game. Yeah, they weren't ultra simulation, but they were still great to play. And really, sort of the latest games, I would say PES 2013 was a step in the right direction. PES 14 was crap, probably one of the worst PESs. I think PES 2008 was probably the worst I've ever played. I imported it over from England and I sold it within 2 weeks. So probably the only PES that I've sold straight from buying. So, but yeah, I think PES 5, 6 and 2013, definitely my favourite. Next up from Ali Kazima says, hey TTB, my first question from one of your biggest fans, thank you very much. What kind of changes you expect in PES 2017? Thanks for reading. I mean, it's going to be the general, isn't it? The gameplay's got to change a little bit. Online has to have a massive, massive change. There's got to be Master League improvements. Become a Legend has to be improved. My Club has to have something more in it. Will they add a transfer system this year? Probably not. I think it's too in-depth for them to do. I mean, it's something they've got to work on for quite a while to have a transfer system. But the problem with My Club right now is everyone has the same players. I can guarantee everyone watching this probably has a Suarez or a Ronaldo or Neuer or Silva at the back. Everyone has the same players because it's the same agents that everyone's getting. And it makes it boring. It is boring playing up against the same teams. I want some diversity, some changes, some different players to play against. So they really need to sort that out. But it's going to be animations. It's going to be gameplay tweaks. Will there be new modes? Who knows? Licenses will probably be different. I have to say that much. There always is differences in licenses. So those are going to be the main changes, honestly, I think. But let me know in the comments what you guys make of PES 2017 when it comes to changes. Will it differ a lot? I don't think it's going to be a massive difference, but it's going to be different. Palin, says, despite the flaws of PES 2016, how do you keep the game fun? I don't play it an obscene amount. I think if you overplay a game, you get bored of it. I play games, basically what you guys see me play on my channel is as much as I play of PES 2016. I don't play a separate Master League. I don't have a separate Become a Legend. The My Club is my own My Club. I just don't overplay the game. I also put it on level support set to off because it is more of a challenge. Yeah, I'm still winning games with, you know, Manchester United, if I can point to the right badge. But it is more of a challenge, and there is a chance of losing a game or two. And especially online, My Club online with assists off, as you guys would have seen from my last video, and I have one coming up, which is actually a pretty good game. Far more realistic, far more entertaining, and I just have fun with it. So there we go. Don't overplay it. That's what I would say. Felix Darling says, bro, 330 is mental. He's talking about the bench press. That's my deadlift. Well, I've been working out for 10 years. You know, you're gonna get some gains. That's the way it is. Antonio Labas says, my question, who will be the Man United manager for next season? Well, I think we have the answer right there. It looks like it could be Jose Mourinho. But how will he do? That's another question. Anua 040 says, what is your favorite game ever? You know, I used to absolutely love Time Splitters. Time Splitters Future Perfect on the PlayStation 2. Used to play it online. I was a beast, I have to admit. I used to have the flare guns and literally pick people off from across the map. Me and my brother used to play online together. So that's probably one of my favorite games. You know, I also love the GTA series, phenomenal. Uncharted 4 is sensational. The new one by Naughty Dog, unbelievable. If you have not played it, it's probably, you know, one of my top games, in the top 5 at least. So, yeah, those are the games I enjoy. I enjoy Metal Gear Solid to a point as well. Goalkeeping Showcase says, who is your favorite goalkeeper? Well, right now it has to be David De Gea. I mean, I honestly think David De Gea is better than Neuer in many regards. You know, Neuer plays in a team that's stacked, you know, and the German league, when it comes to, you know, Germans are good players, don't get me wrong. Bayern Munich, great, phenomenal team. Borussia Dortmund have done well this season. And there's maybe Wolfsburg and Schalke. But apart from that, it's not much of a challenge. David De Gea, week in, week out, making phenomenal saves. You know, if it wasn't for David De Gea, Man United will probably be finished in, you know, 7th or 8th position. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, for me, different class of a goalie. Let's have a look. Hollow Gaming says, number 1, what games are you currently playing apart from FIFA and PES? Well, I just finished Uncharted 4, as I say. Phenomenal game. If you haven't played it, check it out. What else will be playing? Really, nothing else. You guys will be surprised at how much gaming I do. I don't do a whole lot. I play FIFA and PES every week, and that is it. Every now and then I'll play another game, maybe. I had UFC. I sold it. I wasn't enjoying it that much. The Division. I bought The Division. I played it for like 7-8 hours. I haven't touched it. More waste of time. I'm just so busy with YouTube and my website. I do some freelance development in my time with some web design. Don't have the time. So really, apart from FIFA and PES, I don't play a whole lot. And 2, do you think people give Adam Batty too much stick on Twitter sometimes? Now, if you guys don't know who Adam Batty is, he's the sort of the European leading community manager over there. People do give him stick. They do give him a lot of stick. Now, I'm not a guy that's going to do that. You know, I would be more than happy to have an interview with him and give him some good questions, you know, some thorough questions about the game without being rude and disrespectful. People think that shouting and moaning and complaining, you know, to someone of that level is going to help. It's not. It's not. You know, and he just blocks people and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the community when they get like that. So, you know, the guy can do what he wants. You know, it's his job. It's his position. And, yeah, I think people do give him a lot of stick because he's not the actual game developer. He's not. He doesn't develop the game. He puts inputs in and he does this and that. But, yeah, people do give him a lot of stick. But, hey, it is what it is. EVK Live says, do you think Xbox should use the same animations and features the same with the Xbox One with the Xbox 360? I can't really comment too much on that. I don't have an Xbox. You know, I've never been a fan of the Xbox for some reason. I think, you know, you've got your PlayStation fanboys, you've got your Microsoft or your Xbox fanboys. I'm a PlayStation boy, me. Always have been. I had a PS1, PS2, 3, 4. And before that, I had a Nintendo. So I've never had an Xbox, so I can't really say too much. My biggest problem with Xbox, I don't like the controller. People love it. People say the controller's the best to use. But personally, I like small controllers. And I think the PS4 controller's brilliant. So no complaints there. Jonathan Simmons, how old are you? I'm 27. Said that before. I'll be 28 in about 3 weeks. It's madness. Let's have a look. Lewis Hay says, do you think the referees need to be a bit more strict, but not too strict on PES? You know, referees, fouls, all need to be reprogrammed. It's as simple as that. The fouls are not given, you know, right and accordingly. The referees, sometimes all over the shop, you know, they'll give a foul here, they won't give a foul. They just need to all be reprogrammed. I think FIFA has a good refereeing and foul system. Sometimes they get it wrong, don't get me wrong, but that's fine. That's realistic. No referee in the world has ever got 100% of their, you know, their, what's the word? Decisions correct. They haven't. So, yeah, they just need to revamp it. Okay, Ahmed Khaliji says, what do you think of Barcelona winning the league? I'm bored of La Liga. You know, honestly, it's the same teams winning it every year. But then again, it's the same teams winning the Italian league this year and the same teams winning the German league. You know, it's getting a little bit silly now because the big teams are just buying the title. You know, and Real Madrid came back and they could have won it, but they didn't. And Barcelona won it in the end by, what, 3 points or on goal difference, whatever they won it by. So it is what it is, but it's getting stupid because everyone now is just buying players. Bayern Munich this season in the summer, I guarantee you're going to buy an absolute ton of quality players. They're going to be more stacked, which means the lesser teams have got no chance of winning the league. Barcelona probably going to buy some big guns. So yeah, it's the way it is now, isn't it? So it's life. Money, 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 boys and girls. Money, money, money. Football talk. Who do you think will win the Premier League next season? And how many of the relegated sides will come back up next year? I think Newcastle could come back up again. And Aston Villa, I don't think Aston Villa will come back up because there's just no heart there anymore, if I'm being honest. I think Newcastle may have a chance. I don't think Norwich will. And who will win it? I mean, you've got to fancy the big guns again. You can't see a Leicester City season happening again next season because they're playing Champions League football. You know, Leicester, I can't see them really battling for the title. Yeah, they're going to be. I think they'll be top half, no doubt. I really hope they are, and I really hope they do challenge for the title. But when you're playing midweek games, which is a lot more matches, a lot more tired legs, a lot more rotation. You know, they didn't have that this season. They didn't have to worry about Champions League football, European football. So they could focus on the league. But next season, I think you've got to fancy Arsenal, City, Chelsea, I think will be back. Manchester United, I can't see them. I can't see United challenging for the title again for a while until they revamp the team. Until they get rid of the likes of Smalling, who wants to foul everyone every game, and bring in some world quality players, I can't see them battling. Tottenham, iffy. Tottenham, if Harry Kane stays, possibly. But yeah, generally those three teams I think will be battling for it. Let's have a look here. Dude, this is from Nugent. Can't say his name. Dude, you look like the young version of Robin van Persie. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Unfortunately, I'm right-footed, so don't quite go that way. Mr. Jaguar Desert, he says, what kind of music do you listen to? You know, I have quite broad taste. And I'm not a huge fan of like classical and opera, obviously. But I'll listen to trance, techno when I'm down the gym. My wife loves to listen to trap music, so she's a big fan of that. She's very like, when we're in the car, she's got to listen to her music. I never put my own on because I'll like Michael Jackson. I'll listen to George Michael every now and then. The 1975 I'll put on. Or, you know, I don't mind listening to that kind of stuff. So, you know, for me, I'm easy. All right, last few questions as we push through here. Shatanya Suri says, what is your job? Well, at the moment, sort of waiting work permit-wise to come in. But, you know, I have a degree in web development. I do that on the side. I do YouTube on the side. I run PES Universe on the side. I just sort of have different projects. I like to keep myself busy. So, but ultimately, yeah, web development is what I specialize in, and I love it. It's good fun. All right, one last question. Let's have a look. Dylan Baines finishes on, do you think that they should bring face scans and stadium creating back into PES? I think that would be brilliant. If they brought face scanning technology into PES, wow. You know what I mean? It'd be phenomenal, like NBA does or the WWE games where you can scan your face into the game. Actually, I don't know if WWE does that, but I know NBA you can do that. And if they did that, yeah, we would have some really phenomenal faces and we could make some different class players, especially on the consoles anyway. And the stadium creator, because it takes so much time and effort, that's why it's not in there. And it would be a great addition. You know, it'd be nice if Konami actually made a separate DLC stadium editor. I mean, it'd be fantastic, but that's never going to happen. So it could be a while before we see a proper good official stadium editor. I think PES just needs to make more generic stadiums. That's the problem. Make more generic stadiums and put them in the game. They should have about 50 stadiums right now at this point in time with the amount of iterations we've had. You know, it's been a while since, you know, we've moved over to the parent next gen, which is obviously current gen. So now we should have a lot of stadiums, but they're not there. Anyway, that is all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Standing up with a United shirt on. They did win the FA Cup. If you're not a United fan, I know you're going to hate me for it, but it is the way it is. We'll enjoy a little bit of success. Anyway, leave the comments for next week, questions as well, obviously. And we'll be back with the next episode shortly. But until next time, take care.